In Hollywood, legacies that take decades to build can be shaken in a moment. For most people, hitting your 70s is a time for reflection, a chance to look back on a life's work with some peace. But for Kevin Costner, an icon who defined the American hero for a generation, the year he turned 71 became a public stage for a perfect storm of professional and personal crises. This isn't just about a career slump or a public spat. This is the story of how a bitter, high-profile exit from the biggest show on TV, a brutal and taxing divorce, and the gamble of a lifetime on a passion project all collided at once. The man who danced with wolves and built a field of dreams now finds himself fighting for his legacy. It's a story of ambition, heartbreak, and a defiance that borders on self-destruction. This is the public unraveling of Kevin Costner, and it's been as dramatic as any of his blockbuster films. Before we get to the chaos of today, you have to remember who Kevin Costner was. For a time, he wasn't just a movie star, he was the movie star. He first grabbed major attention in 1987 as the federal agent Elliot Ness in The Untouchables, and in the same year proved he could lead a film with the thriller No Way Out. These roles showed off his unique appeal, a rugged masculinity, a quiet integrity, and an everyman quality that made audiences connect with him. He followed that with roles that are now part of movie history. He was the soulful catcher Crash Davis in Bull Durham and the hopeful farmer Ray Kinzalala in Field of Dreams, movies that cemented his image as the quintessential American hero. He had an earnestness that was rare, a genuine belief in the characters he played that just radiated off the screen. But 1990 was the year that made him a Hollywood legend. He directed and starred in Dances with Wolves, a huge gamble that many in the press nicknamed Kevin's Gate, predicting it would be a colossal failure. Instead, it became a cultural phenomenon. The movie was a massive critical and commercial hit, winning 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Director for Costner himself. Overnight, he joined the elite actor-director club like Orson Welles, who had reached the industry's highest peak. The 90s saw him headline some of the decade's biggest films. He was the hero in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, a global hit, and the stoic protector in The Bodyguard, an international sensation forever linked to Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. He was at the absolute height of his power, a true box office king. However, that same ambition also became his weakness. His next directorial projects, Wyatt Earp and the post-apocalyptic The Postman, were met with critical mockery and huge financial losses. The same press that praised him for Dances with Wolves now called him self-indulgent. The late 1990s and 2000s were a quieter period for Costner. While he worked steadily in smaller films, the megawatt stardom was gone. It seemed his best days were behind him, but then everything changed. Just when it seemed Costner was set to become a celebrated but historical figure, a writer named Taylor Sheridan pulled him right back into the center of pop culture. In 2018, Costner took the role of John Dutton, the patriarch of a powerful ranching family in Montana, in a new series called Yellowstone. What started as a promising drama exploded into a TV phenomenon. Yellowstone wasn't just a show, it was a movement, and Kevin Costner was its heart. As John Dutton, Costner found the role of a lifetime. Dutton was complex, part noble protector, part ruthless operator willing to do anything to keep his land. Costner's performance was a masterclass in quiet authority, earning him a Golden Globe and reminding everyone of the powerful screen presence that had made him a star. The success was staggering. Yellowstone became the most-watched show on cable, with tens of millions of viewers. For Costner, it was a full-blown renaissance. He was a household name again, and with that success came huge financial rewards. His divorce proceedings later revealed he was earning around $1.2 million per episode.
In a typical year, he was reportedly making between $12 million and $28 million from the show alone. By 2023, his total net worth was estimated to be a staggering $400 million, a fortune significantly boosted by his reign as John Dutton. He was the undisputed king of television. He'd achieved a level of success that few actors see once, let alone twice. He was on top of the world. But it was from this incredible height that the fall would be so steep and so devastating. And it all started when a 30-year-old dream began to clash with the TV empire he ruled. The unraveling of Kevin Costner's second act began right where it was built, on the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. His exit from the show that resurrected his career wasn't a clean break. It was a messy public affair of contract disputes, scheduling conflicts, and on-set tension that ultimately fractured the TV behemoth. It all started with a passion project. For 30 years, Costner had been nursing a dream, a multi-film Western epic called Horizon, an American Saga. With the power and money he'd earned from Yellowstone, he saw his chance to finally make it happen. He wasn't just going to star in it, he was going to direct, produce, and most importantly, self-finance a huge part of it. The conflict came when the production schedules for Yellowstone and Horizon collided. Costner had a crew of hundreds depending on him for Horizon, but he claimed the scripts for the next part of Yellowstone's 5th season were delayed. He felt he was being asked to sideline his passion project for a show that couldn't give him a clear schedule. From the studio's point of view, their star actor was making himself unavailable. Negotiations got tense. Rumors swirled that Costner wanted to work for only 1 week on the final episodes. Other reports claimed he demanded script approval and a $10 million bonus, all of which were rejected. The tension reportedly spilled onto the set. An unconfirmed but widely circulated rumor described a clash between Costner and his on-screen son, Wes Bentley, after Costner allegedly pushed Bentley to change lines from Taylor Sheridan's script. While the story remains unverified, it pointed to a growing friction behind the scenes. The stalemate couldn't last. In a move that shocked the TV world, Paramount announced Yellowstone would end after its 5th season. Show creator Taylor Sheridan expressed his disappointment, noting that Costner's abrupt departure truncated the arc he had planned for John Dutton. The end for John Dutton came not with a bang, but an off-screen whisper. In the final season, which concluded in December 2024, it was revealed the patriarch had been murdered. It was a jarring, unclimactic end for the show's central character. Costner himself admitted he never even watched the episode. The bridge was burned. But as this professional pillar crumbled, his personal life was imploding at the exact same time. While the Yellowstone drama made headlines, a personal tragedy was unfolding. In May 2023, after 18 years of marriage, his wife Christine Baumgartner filed for divorce. The timing was devastating. Just as he faced a massive professional crisis, his family life was collapsing. The divorce was anything but quiet. It quickly became a contentious legal battle, with details of his immense wealth laid bare in court filings. The fight centered on child support. Baumgartner initially requested a jaw-dropping $248,000 per month, arguing it was needed to maintain their living standard. Costner's lawyers called the figure inflated. The proceedings grew bitter. At one point, a judge had to order Baumgartner to vacate their $145 million coastal compound in accordance with their prenum. Eventually, a judge sided mostly with Costner, setting child support at a much lower $63,209 per month. The divorce was finalized on February 20, 2024, but the toll was immense. Baumgartner later requested Costner pay nearly $800,000 for her legal fees, an amount his lawyers called outrageous. In a moment of vulnerability, Costner himself spoke about the pain of it all, telling a reporter, "There is no winner. 1 minute you feel like you're on top of the world, and then you realize how vulnerable you are." It was a striking admission from a man known for his on-screen strength. His first divorce in 1994 had cost him a reported $80 million settlement. This second public unraveling, happening alongside the Yellowstone mess, painted a picture of a man under siege. And all the while, he was pouring his energy and his money into the single biggest gamble of his life. With his TV kingdom in ashes and his personal life in turmoil, Kevin Costner didn't retreat. He charged headfirst into Horizon, an American saga, the four-part Western epic that had obsessed him for 30 decades. He was putting all his chips to the center of the table in a move of breathtaking audacity. To get Horizon made, Costner put his own fortune on the line. He personally invested a jaw-dropping $38 million of his own money. There were reports he even mortgaged his prized Aspen ranch to raise the funds. He ignored friends who warned him against risking so much on such an uncertain